In this video series, we will build a real-time chat application with Feathers.js. In this first video, we're just going to get set up with the Feathers generator. So what I need to do is do npm i-g at feathers.js/CLI. This will install the Feathers CLI globally on my machine so I can use it to generate Feathers applications. So first, I'll create a directory called Feathers Chat. I'll go into that directory. And inside the directory, I will generate a Feathers application. So here I'll say Feathers generate app, and this will ask me a series of questions. So first, do I want to use JavaScript or TypeScript? I'm going to choose JavaScript. For project name, I'll leave that as Feathers Chat. I'll leave the description empty. For what folder should the source files live in, I'll choose the source directory. Which package manager are you using? In this case, I'm just going to use npm, but you can use yarn if you'd like to. And then what type of API are you making? You can see this allows me to either enable or disable any of these options if I press the spacebar. For this app, we'll generate it using REST and real-time via Socket.io. Which testing framework do you prefer? For this tutorial, we'll be using Mocha and Assert for the test, so we'll choose that. And this app uses authentication. For now, I'll choose yes, and this will actually generate localauth with my application. So by default, we have username and password localauth selected. I could select any one of these OAuth providers if I wanted to. For now, we're just going to use localauth, and later on, we'll actually add GitHub OAuth. What is the name of the user entity service? So this is the service that the authentication service will use to create and manage the users of my application. So I'll leave this as users. And then I can describe what kind of a service is it. So there are tons of built-in database adapters for Feathers.js. You can see NeDB, which is a JSON file-based database. There's MongoDB, Mongoose, SQLize, Connects, Objection, Cassandra. You could create a custom service or just have an in-memory service. For the purposes of this tutorial, I'm just going to choose NeDB. It's super basic to get started with. You don't really have to create a server or anything like that. It'll just write the database to a JSON file. And what is the database connection string? I can leave that as the default, and it will go away and generate my application. Well, it didn't go away. It's still here. Awesome. So the Feathers application has been generated. If we do an ls, we can see all of the folders and files it generated. And if we open it up in VS Code, you can see a bit more in detail what it generated. So in the next video, we're going to dive in and talk about what all of these things are that the Feathers generator generated for us. See you there.